shame on you, Suppoman. I watched the video of you interviewing the lady from the Bitcar ICO. Now, I know it's not completely your fault, but the way you handled yourself, not cool. Didn't like it. Felt a bit uncomfortable, but I know it wasn't you. So I wanted to sort of show everybody what happened, well, clips of what happened, and to ask them to stop being disrespectful to women in crypto. It is hard being here. One of the reasons we don't come on camera is because we just want to put our platform over in a sensible way. We love a bit of banter. We like a good joke. You know, we're not, you know, we're pretty open-minded. But what was happening on that interview with your live comments was totally uncalled for. The lady from Bitcar actually handled herself really well, and she was one of the best interview guests that I've ever seen, actually, in cryptocurrency. So well done her. But a lot of the comments were quite funny, and I've got to say we were sitting there giggling, watching what was going on. However, there were some real disturbing comments, very aggressive and very worrying. Now, I know these guys are behind the computer screens. They don't think anybody, you know, would know who they are. But come on, guys, you've got to have some respect for women in crypto. It was absolutely disgusting, some of the things. The aggression and the way the things they were saying just went too far. So we just wanted to bring this and say, look, please have some respect. We all like a good laugh, but that went too far. So Suppoman, here's a few clips of your silly face being a little bit disrespectful. Now, I know you were reading the comments and they were making you laugh. I get that. But maybe you should do a pre-recorded interview with your guests. Get the questions up front that your followers want to ask. But it was a bit disrespectful. And I know it was, some of the comments were funny, but some of them were really bad as well. So please ask your followers to behave themselves. Get the questions up front and do a proper interview where you're respectful to the other person.
Because in the future, you know, you're going to have cars, self-driving cars will be it, and you're looking at people who are normally driving on the road. That might be illegal.
Yeah.
So who is going to own these cars? You know, we have moles in place, and we're also looking at the gaming industry applications as well.
Yeah, you were saying something about that. So do you want to explain a little bit more about that?
So, you know, in the gaming industry, you know, when you play your car games with your mates, your friends, what's going to happen to you?
Sorry about these comments.
Carry
on.
So you're going to be seeing, like, you know, you and your mate, you guys can race each other, you know, and, you know, he started seeing what we're doing, and he loved the whole crypto tech side, and that he came on board. So we're very, you know, grateful to have him as well.
Yeah.
He's got all the connections for events and partnerships, you know, all that exclusivity that, you know, you wouldn't normally get in a company. So he's very important. He has 500 million coins. And for the ICO,
sweet spot.
We're doing exactly half, so 250 million for that.
250 million for the circulating. Token price?
You'll find out next week. So we're going to do a release on all that. You can have like the fractional ownership if you wanted to. And get involved in these asset classes because it's untapped, you know, market from that point of view. You're looking at golds, stocks and bonds, houses, and I'm not
don't read it. Oh my gosh.
Good thing I can't see that fast. So you're looking at, you know, these type of asset classes that, you know, normally people...
Oh my God, it was so not cool. But just when I thought everything had been lost, Suppoman redeems himself, thankfully.
Now, slight change of mood. Yesterday, if you watched my live Savage Cash episode, my Savage Crypto episode, you will have seen that I interviewed Cherie from what is it, Suppoman? You can't even remember the name. From Bitcar. Now, Cherie, I kind of spoke to back in Power Ledger days as well, so I knew her well, and we had just a laugh. Really, we had a laugh. We were talking. She's really laid back and cool. She's Australian. It was a great. Personally, I thought it was a great interview. But, and this is where the slight change of mood comes in. Basically the tone of some of the comments were not really the kind of tone I think I'd probably want a guest to see, and certainly not the kind of tone I'd want kind of women in cryptocurrency to see.
Some really, really, really threatening.
Now, I am by no stretch a feminist or any of that kind of stuff. I don't believe in radical movements or, you know, these kind of I don't know, these movements and causes where essentially one class of person is segregated from another. You know, feminism likes to bring women up and men down, maybe, I don't know. I'm not one of those people, but I just want to talk about this from, you know, from the point of view that there aren't many women in cryptocurrency. Okay, there's Gemma Green, who is in Power Ledger. I'm proud of her. There's Babs from Indahash. I'm proud of her.
And us, please. Us, yes.
There's that lady, I can't remember her name. But
Jan, maybe?
From The Key. She's the CEO and she's an award-winning entrepreneur in China.
Suppoman. Surely it's us.
I'm proud of that. Cherie is with Bitcoin. I'm proud of that. And it's a tough environment. Cryptocurrency is very male-dominated. You know, if I look at my audience, 90 to 92% are men. And of course, you know, being British, I'm a fan of banter. I love banter. I love wit. I love sarcasm. I love jokes. I love particularly clever jokes and funny jokes. And a lot of what I saw yesterday with Cherie was funny. Okay, hence why you saw me laughing at some of the comments. But the inappropriate ones, I have to say, I don't approve of. And the reason why is because it just completely alienates women from being more visible in the space. So I have to just, you know, essentially say that I like banter, I like jokes with me, with the Stuart stream that I had with, you know, the guy from Vice. That was funny as hell, okay? But it's not really when it's at the expense of a certain gender, okay? So just to kind of put it out there, I would like probably more respect to be given to women in this space, because it's ballsy to go into this space when it's so male-dominated. And to be
women in crypto are strong.
And to be honest, this interview yesterday was my favourite, certainly one of the best I've seen in terms of interviews. Because when people interview men are quite dry, they're quite boring.
You don't say.
They put you off investing. I'm not a big fan of Charles Hoskinson. I watched his video with box mining, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't think it portrayed him in a great light. I thought Cherie had probably the best interview I've seen on any YouTube interview. And I've seen quite a few done by a load of YouTubers. This was the best interview I have seen. And although, you know, a lot of the jokes and maybe me laughing at some of the comments, you know, that took away from maybe some of the content, I don't think so. I think we had a laugh. It contributed to kind of the having a laugh kind of vibe that I think me and Cherie had. But at the same time, if she saw some of them, I think she would have been horrified and probably ashamed. And I probably would have been a bit ashamed of, like, this is my audience and this is how they're making, you know, somebody who I've invited on as a guest to interview feel. And so that's really it. So I just wanted to kind of say that and say essentially, guys, we are one big family. And we should treat it as that. If people are entering the space, regardless of who they are, what gender they are, race they are, we're all one family and we should be supported. So there we are. That is the underlying message from Suppoman today. And I hope that essentially that what happened yesterday with some of the inappropriate comments that even left in the comments here is not repeated. I can't stop it. Obviously, who can? It's the internet and people have their opinions. And as I said, it is a very it's a very male-dominated environment, and of course any female has a load of thirsty men. I can't stop that, but I guess all I can really try and do is just say that it's, as a woman, well, not being a woman, but I can imagine as a woman coming into the space, it's probably quite intimidating to see. There we are, rant over. This was a great interview, and she was brilliant at being interviewed.
Thank you, Suppoman. We still love your channel. Come on, guys, just show a bit of respect for women. You know, the saying is, she could be your mother, sister, friend, wife, daughter. So respect women.
Money can buy happiness, then why is it so fabulous?